Okay, so in this video I'm gonna share with you some real secrets into how you're really gonna start advancing and understanding good animation. A lot of what to do with that is understanding what a keyframe and what an extreme frame is. And there's a lot of misinformation or misunderstanding or just general ignorance, even amongst experienced animators, about the difference. I would suggest a good reference point for that is Richard Williams' Animator's Survival Kit. He explains about extremes and keys in there, and I've explained it many times on my live streams and in Real Animator Training Library, and still a few people, well, quite a lot of people, particularly my non-members, don't quite understand, and it could be because of their consumption of alternate content, which is screwing up the channels with the real information that I'm giving you. So I'm gonna one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna exemplify the difference, and you're going to see a massive difference. And this is why I'm always talking about the nine old men, the golden age of Disney animation, real Disney animation, even the Renaissance guys to some degree, but the real high quality stuff. Why that was light years ahead and what makes the difference, and just why TV animation, even the Disney stuff, the Tiny Toons, the Animaniacs, the Tailspins. I know this is a Tailspin character, but I'm animating it way beyond anything in that lackluster TV quality animation, and I'm going to tell you why. All right. So basically, what it is you can see here. Yesterday I made this video for you all. And here's I used my thumbnails in the thumbnail, how to animate with thumbnails, and I drew out these thumbnails, and you can watch it. It's on my channel. I drew out these thumbnails, and then I proceeded to turn them into animation like this, what some would call key animation, right? And if this was to go over to an in-betweener already, it would be, you'd think, oh yeah, that's nice. Look at that. Look, he's getting excited. He's picking it up. He's drinking it, and he's putting it down. Then he's looking and he's looking away. Everything, all the information is in there. Okay. Well, yes. And if we were to break that down, we would have quite simple arcs going in between there, and it would be kind of nice. You'd nod your head and bust your chest with pride and go, look at what I've done. But any real animator would just look at that and go, you've missed so many opportunities, my son or my daughter or whatever. You could have gotten so much more out of this scene. And what it all boils down to is, I'm going to write it big for you here, animation law. Okay, now many people think that oh, it's AMB prattling on about animation law, the 12 principles, blah de blah blah. Well, I'm gonna show you the difference when you think about animation law. Okay, and the whole keys, extremes, and breakdown thing, what that essentially is the quality of your, and this is one of the main laws, arcs. All right, let's say you have an extreme here and an extreme here and an extreme here, an extreme left, an extreme right, an extreme up, maybe even an extreme down. Well, now we're going to arc in there, and we're going to get there to there to there with our little breakdowns. Maybe we can change the timing and put the breakdown on a third. Maybe we can just have it linear. Maybe we can be clever and put the breakdown on linear here, slow it down, speed it up, slow it down, whatever, boring. Okay? Your arc is boring. So we need to throw in some keys, all right? And we need to think about other animation laws. What about anticipation? That's going to be an anticipation key. So he's going to anticipate back here. Oh, now the arc is going to be different. So are we just going to go like that? What about a primary and secondary action? Well, our primary action is already in our keys, right? in our extremes. You see how easy it is to just use the term keys? The primary action. So I like to think of it, the easiest way for me to sum it all up is think of extremes as primary action keys. All right? And these are primary action keys. All right? We can see all the primary action that's taking place. He sees the drink. There's a little bit of an anticipation key in there. So I've thrown a key in there. He picks up the drink. He drinks the drink. He wipes his mouth. He puts it down and he notices something. So these are the main primary elements of there with a few secondary keys added in with those extremes. All right? To make it a little bit interesting. So now we have to think about this thing called secondary action. And what is that? It's animation law. That's right. You need to learn animation law if you really want to get good at this. Because I'm going to show you what this looks like. I've just roughed it out. So again, I've worked in, again, the law of solid drawing. AMB, I can't keep my drawing solid. How do I keep it solid? I'm going to use the light box. I'm going to use digital puppetry. No. The law of solid drawing is, again, locking down our primary elements. All right? You don't have to be this tight. You don't have to be. This still needs to be cleaned up to an even higher level. All right? But I just need to trace these drawings. You don't have to lock them down to this. You don't have to get it this tight. All right? That's just me. That's just my quality. I've got the speed. I may as well do it. Right? But you can be a little more rougher but solidish. All right? To this level. And then you can start putting in your rough, scribbly secondary action keyframes, okay, which will make the arcs. Let's have it go up here, right? Let's have it go up here, and then we'll go straight here like this, so it's like this, right? Maybe we're gonna go a little bit beyond here and back here, right? Then we're gonna think about what the breakdown will add to the arc, right, afterwards. But I'm getting ahead of myself, all right? So this is a good way to think about the hierarchy. Now I'm gonna show you, all right, what this looks like after roughing in my secondary action keys. But you're going to have to hang around a little bit for that because first I'm going to tell you about where you can learn how to really do all this stuff. Yes, go to ambanimation.com, click on this menu, Real Animator Training, join the Real Animator Training Library. You'll be taken to this page here with a ton of information and videos to watch explaining to you exactly why this is the world's best learning resource in the craft of hand-drawn animation, because it actually is going to get you to the level where you will be able to do stuff like this, all right? And if you click join now, you'll be taken to, you'll see some work from training library members in this video here. If you're not convinced, you should be by now. The training library is divided into two sections: edutainment archives and training archives. Basically, we've got hundreds and hundreds of videos in here. The training archives are going to really be the ones that teach you about what I'm talking about here. We've got step-by-step archives teaching you all about animation law. You can either get them in bundles or one at a time. So Basics is going to teach you about the first 6 laws of movement, okay? So the first 6 laws of movement are very much what's needed. You've got timing, you've got arcing, you've got slowing in and slowing out, right? You've got solid drawing, right? Solid drawing, follow through, overlap, and drag, right? So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've also got solid drawing. There you go, and a little bit of pose to pose and straight ahead, right? Pose to pose and straight ahead. I knew I missed one there, and that's exactly relating to what we're talking about here, which is your poses, right? These thumbnails that we did is pose to pose, right? Pose to pose, right? So these laws that you learn, you're going to learn about in there. And then, then we're going to learn about, you taking pose to pose and putting straight ahead in there. But that's what you're going to learn in the next block of the archive, which is going to be if you go into the intermediate archive, you'll learn about the 6 laws of life, right? So the 6 laws of life, you're going to learn about you're going to learn about pose to pose and straight ahead, as I said, that which will be in the primary and secondary action. Okay, primary, secondary action, right? Then you will learn about anticipation. All right, not necessarily in this order, but these are the laws that you learn. Anticipation, never mind about that. So you learn about anticipation. You'll also learn about staging, exaggeration, okay, which includes squash and stretch, which you learn a little bit about in the basics, and staging, appeal, right? And appeal and exaggeration kind of are all included in the staging and the primary and secondary actions. So these are the 12 laws that you're going to really learn and understand in a step-by-step manner as you start learning along these, going along and following these archives. In the advanced archive, you're going to learn how to take all those things, because you'll be working with simple stick men and flour sacks, and you're going to learn how to draw them with a drawn model. You're going to learn how to do 360 character turnarounds, really learn to up your game and get to this professional level. And you've got anatomy, every bone of the human body, and animation lectures. The edutainment archive is just watching a series of seminars and demos of me being a badass and explaining to you, kind of like this video here, about why it all works. So there's hundreds and hundreds of videos in here. We've got CalArts students here. We've got Don Bluth students. We've got people who've worked at Disney, people who've worked at Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, all joining this place. You got to ask why, and you know, it's because they all have this one thing in common. They want to be a real animator. Yes, folks, just because you're in the industry, it doesn't qualify you, all right? Qualifying you to be a real animator is being able to effortlessly, without any questions, have full total confidence and faith in yourself to have the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with virtually no resistance. Effortless, non-struggle, as easy as walking down the street. That's what animation is to me, and I'm teaching it how to be that simple to you. Right, okay. Go to ambanimation.com and join that. Right, so now we're going to see what this looks like with the secondary action added. Okay, so if we look at this, we can now see what it looks like after I've roughed it out, okay, with the secondary action and the keys. So these are all keys, right? Keys not even broken down yet, right? The breaking down is when I will work out my timing even more, right? So these are keys and extremes. Now some animators would say there's keys and breakdowns. I'm telling you that they can say that, but I'm telling you otherwise, right? I'm telling you that these are extremes and keys, and it's going to make things so much simpler for you, so you don't keep relying on this stupid little chart where you learn about simple things and think it's all about the chart, right? It's not all about the chart. It's all about the way you space the drawings and your acting of the character in the keys and the extremes. The chart is important. You need to understand it. So let's look a little bit here. So here he's going to get into the anticipation pose. So we already having the spacing. We're going to kind of favor this first drawing. Then we're going to come up with some follow through, overlap and drag. I'm giving you all the animation law principles. We see that in his wrist. Now as he comes up here, he's going to twiddle his fingers, which I haven't put in there. It's just more secondary action that I know I'm going to put in here, right? Now he's anticipated out. So now we're going to look at the arc of his head and look at the way his head is going down and his other hand is going up and opening up. That's opposing action. That's the law. That's appeal. It's a secondary law. And he's picking up the glass. So again, we're kind of favoring that, and we're coming down on what we call thirds into this position here, where we will slow into this. Now, as he's picking the glass up, the arc is then changing. Look at the hole. His hand is going in a circle as he's picking that up. And he's smelling the wine or whatever it is he's drinking, right? And this isn't for an official Disney, so I'm going to call it wine, okay? So he's smelling the wine. and he's look how his fingers close as he smells it, and we come up on thirds again as we savor that to slow down that action. And so he's smelling that secondary action getting in from that and that. So all personality, throwing personality in there. Now he swirls the wine glass before raising it to drink it, right? So it's not just a case, if we look back here, he just picks it up and drinks it and then wipes it like that. So here we can see it like he swirls the wine glass and then lifts it up in anticipation before gurgling it down, right? So he continues to drink it down. Now look at his head. It's like as he turns his head to us as he lowers the glass, and he's going to kind of smack his lips twice actually, but I've only done it once because these are just keys. Everything else will be in the breakdowns, right? So these are extremes and keys. So now he anticipates his head the other way before he's about to wipe his mouth, and then we make a nice big swooping arc into that. We change, we slow the speed of the arm down as it comes across his nose, but look at the arc of the whole elbow and arm action. It's like a figure of 8. Oopsie. Where's my brush tool? So this goes like this. Watch, right? Right? Then it comes back here, and then he kind of like, this hand goes up and down as he puts it there. So law of arcing. Let's just watch all this again, right? So here he just puts it down, right? But now watch it, like round and down, round and down. Then we're going to favor into this to keep him into this pose as he does a take and looks at Shere Khan, who's next to him, and has a look here. We're going to really slow into this and maybe put some double blinks here, which again is going to be in the breakdowns. These are just keys. And then he's going to turn and look the other way, right? So you can see that this is all of the 12 laws of animation going in here. So when I talk about a lot of stuff I see in the industry is basic, it's primitive, and it's just movement, okay? This is just movement. We might be drawing it nice, okay? Again, we might be drawing. This is again why I say drawing is important, but drawing is not animation, okay? I really get frustrated when I hear people say, when you get your drawing down, your animation will be good. No, no, no. No. This is just movement. It's boring. It's drawn nicely. It has potential, but it is boring. All right? That's all it is if we were to leave it like that. Now, as I did the thumbnails, I was excited because I know what I'm doing. I understand animation law. I knew what this is going to be. So it's not boring, but if you don't know and you're just happy with this, and this is all you know, it's going to be boring as you know what, right? So the thing is, so once you understand animation law and go beyond the 6 laws of movement and start putting in the 6 laws of life, okay, then you're going to be able to really start bringing the illusion of life, which is what real animation is, into your animation. And this is why I'm here. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm here to whoever, whether you're industry, we have some industry people who are looking to the light, or whether you're, independent, self-trained people looking to be happy with your work. I'm here to help you how to be a real animator and to exemplify through my example the difference. So if you're ready to go and do what needs to be done to get yourself to this level, you can do so, and I'm giving you that, okay? So do what needs to be done. Remember this word, Real Animator Training Library. It's yours. You can have it, and you can have it for the price of a child's Christmas present. It's going to cost you no more than a mid-range gaming laptop to afford what's in this training library. So depending on where your priorities are, you got to get real in order to be real, all right? And I'm giving you this right here, right now. Animation law, all for you. So remember, 6 laws of movement, 6 laws of life make 12 laws of badass real animation. I'll see you all on another video or on another live stream. There's got lots of stuff on my channel for you to check out and watch. Lots of free, amazing information. If you're not quite ready to be a real animator, just watch those videos. Help yourself get better. Help yourself get more realer. And then, you know, it'll be my pleasure to watch you grow, develop, and progress. Thanks a lot for joining me on this video, and I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.